Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So as you can see, it's a little bit gloomy behind me today. Not so nice out, but we're gonna have a great day here anyway, because today we're sawing some nice walnut logs. So you know what that means. It's always a good day when you're sawing some nice walnut. So let's get to it. So I'm back into some walnut here. A few weeks ago I was sawing some walnut and I got pulled away from it to do some other orders and some stuff up in the shop for mill work. And today I have a free day, so I'm going to finish up the batch I have here. I have maybe a half dozen walnut logs left. So we're going to saw them up, see what we get out of them. The first thing we got to do is get the mill ready. I got a stack of white oak here. That's the last thing I sawed. Some side lumber for some other orders and stuff like that. So that's gonna go out to air dry. I'll move that out with the loader into the air dry yard. And we're gonna prep the mill. Basically every morning here when I'm milling, it's the same basic procedure. Grease, blow out the air filter, stuff like that. My firewood rack is full there, so that's probably where we'll get started. We'll band that up. Get that out of here. The leaves are falling. Everything's covered in leaves. I got two really nice big white oaks right outside the mill here. And they make a mess, but I don't want to cut them down because they're nice trees. And they provide shade in the summer, which is nice, but everything's buried. I just upgraded to a new microphone, so hopefully you guys will have a little bit better audio quality. That's what I'm hoping for. This stuff here I sell for firewood. It gets banded up and stacked up. And I sell it by the bundle. It's all hardwood. Keep my softwood separate. Pretty quiet around here this morning. It's unusual. Uh-oh. I'm running low on ATF. Use automatic transmission fluid on the rails here to lube them up. It doesn't stick, sawdust doesn't stick to it like it would regular oil, so it makes it a little bit nicer for cleanup. So that's just the daily deal there. Gotta pop the air filter off. Give that a blow. As you can imagine, it's a pretty harsh environment for an engine. All the fine dust, so I like to give it a fighting chance. Keep it clean. All right, we got go-go juice and we got enough water to get us started. I'm gonna run that stuff out first. We'll get her warmed up a little bit while we're moving some of this scrap out and the old lumber out and bring the logs to the mill. Probably gonna have to mix in some windshield washer fluid into the water tank there tonight. They're calling for first drop below freezing, so it's that time of year. So I mix in some windshield washer fluid to keep everything from freezing up. So I'm gonna run that water out first though, because there's no sense in just running out windshield washer fluid here all day when I don't need it. So I'll run that out, then fill it up here before I leave. So let's get her started. There we go. And on to the next one. There she is, right where I left her. It's a Monday, by the way, if I didn't mention that. So this stuff's been sitting all weekend. Always fires right up. Had to shut the mill off so I could hear myself think, but I've got 4 big boys here. There's 3 here and I got 1 over in the stack yet. And these 2 for sure are gonna be 1-inch lumber, just because that's what I'm short on. They should make some really nice 1-inch lumber. That's what they're gonna be. That third one needs to be trimmed a little bit on the end. That's probably gonna be 1-inch also. The only question mark in my mind is the last one, because that's got some limbs and stuff. That might make some nice slabs. I have pretty many walnut slabs right now, but it might be best suited for that. So we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. Hopefully these 3 saw out nice. And basically the way I'm sawing these, I'm just gonna be grade sawing it. So if you're not familiar, what that means is I'm just gonna set the log up in such a way that I can get the best possible grade. I'm looking for select lumber, clear stuff with no knots. So I'm gonna try to maximize that. I'm going to start by sawing what I think looks like the nicest face. I'm going to saw down till I hit knots or defect, turn the log, do the same thing. Basically trying to get as many clean boards as I can, minimizing the knots, turning the log to try to kind of put the knots to the edges so I can edge them out, stuff like that. So let me get geared up here and we'll get the saw on. So I'm not gonna keep stopping here and giving you guys a lot of commentary, but what I thought I would do is kind of go over what I'm doing now that I got it on the mill. So you saw me open this up. I tried to put it so that what my feeling was the best face, you kind of take your best educated guess at what you think the best face is. I tried to put that up and start with that. Well, we took one board off and we hit a big knot. So being that we're grade sawing, trying to get the best grade possible, this face is no good. So normally if I was just sawing for whatever, flooring, stock, if I wasn't too particular about grade, I'd flip it 180 degrees, slab the other face. But I'm thinking this one, once I turn it here, I might turn it 90 degrees and try the next face. Looks like the next best. This is a top log. This is like a second log off the tree, so I can tell there's some knots, there's some branches here. I didn't expect this to be super. The next one should be pretty clean. That's a pretty good looking log. So I'm gonna flip this. We're gonna try again. Like I said, I'm not gonna keep stopping here and giving you guys a lecture on sawing, but I just kind of wanted to give you an idea of what I'm looking at, what I'm trying to accomplish here. I'm not too terribly worried about these boards with some knots. I could actually, some of these I could grade. I could probably grade this to like a 6 foot when it comes out of the kiln and get a nice 6 foot piece of lumber. Or I could just leave it a whole and use it for flooring. Walnut makes beautiful flooring, and a lot of times the knotty walnut actually makes the nicest flooring. So I will find a use for this. I'm not too particularly worried, but I am trying to get the nicest boards I possibly can because I always have demand for furniture grade walnut. So let's get back to it and we'll just saw this one through. Hey, sorry I dropped you guys there. I turned around, you were laying down on the job. I didn't even notice. But I got the big one sawed there, and boy, I'll tell you what, that sawed out beautiful. I'll show you here once I get it through the edger, get it all stacked up. You can see I got some respirator face going on. But you might have kind of seen how I work there. So I sawed the first log, stack it up on the first roller table, roll it out of my way onto this second roller table here, then I can start the second log. Although that one was so big I ran out of room on my table, so I still have some boards at the mill there. So it's actually lunchtime because due to the magic of editing I actually had to stop here twice for customers and do some odds and ends stuff, so I wasn't working on this continuously. But I'm gonna go grab a delicious Caesar salad I packed myself. Gonna grab some lunch and I'll be back here. We'll run the edger, we'll get this stuff edged and stacked and see exactly what we got. So I had to shed some layers. I worked up some heat edging and stacking these boards here, but I wanted to take a minute before I finish putting those 6-inchers on to show you guys some of these wide boards, and I've got probably 3 layers below this. That is over 13 inches wide. Super nice wool. I'm really happy with it. There's some knots here and there in some of this stuff. There's some pieces that are dead clear. It's a mix. Some of it's mostly heartwood. Some of it's got some sapwood mixed in, but that's all right. I've got customers for each of them. I've got some customers that really love the sapwood, and then I got guys that just want heartwood. So it's all going to find a home. It's beautiful walnut. And if you don't believe me, I figured I'd show you. That really brings out the grain. You can really see that stuff pop with some water on it. Don't worry about the water, that won't hurt anything. This is green lumber, so it's got a lot of water content anyway. You'd never see me do that in a million years to a stack of kiln dried lumber, but right off the sawmill it doesn't hurt a thing. And you can see the difference here. It really makes it pop, really brings out that color and beauty. I'll bring you guys a little bit closer so you can see it better. Yeah, look at that. Black gold, some guys call it. Gotta love walnut. It's one of my favorites. So I got 2 logs left to do, and I've kind of made the decision here as I'm sawing. It's all going to be 1-inch lumber. The last one there, I'll take you for a walk out here. It's not raining too bad. This last one over here, it could potentially be a slab log, but honestly I have some slabs in stock, and what I really need is 1-inch lumber. So yeah, it's nothing special. It's probably going to be a lot of common grade. I might be able to sneak a piece of clear or 2 out of it, but like I said before, I use some walnut for flooring. It makes really beautiful flooring, so I don't mind having the lower grade stuff here either. So I'm going to go ahead and saw those last 2 logs. I think you guys got the point. I showed you my best here. Some really nice walnut. So it's been fun, even though it's a gloomy day out. Hey, it always cheers you up to saw some really nice lumber. So I'll let you guys go. If you like this, make sure you stay tuned and subscribe to the videos. We got some neat stuff coming on. I got a batch of maple I'm doing next. That's going to be really nice stuff. So stick around for that, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. See ya.